I think it's.
I'm not even 44.
So it's very scary that I don't know. I personally don't know many people that have been to 44 somos in the industry. I think they're all maybe not in the industry anymore. But
Yeah.
so yeah, I came here my first somo. I was 21.
Oh,
So a young boy working in my family business.
I think yoga is helping you a lot. Or meditation, sorry.
Meditation is helping me. Yeah, meditation every day. But yeah, so 44 years coming to the show and seeing the changes in the industry. And I thought about it this morning because when I first came here, I was a buyer for the family business for an American company, and going around and looking at all the frame styles and everything.
So you had an optical store in US?
We're a wholesale business.
Okay, wholesale.
So Clear Vision Optical is a wholesale business in America that was started by my family, my dad and my mom. And so now I look back today, 44 years later, I'm here at Somo as a producer, basically, for 3D printed eyewear. So really something that didn't exist at all 44 years ago, and let alone really 10 years ago. There's a few differences between TPI and other 3D printing manufacturers or companies that are offering 3D printing services. We're focused exclusively on optical.
Okay.
So if you look at some other companies that are doing 3D printing, they're doing many things. Optical may be 2 or 3% of their business, or a small part. Our focus is 100% optical. I mean, we may in the future print other things in other industries, but our base is optical. Mark Notenboom, who's the CTO of TPI, so the technologist, he was an optometrist, but also had a chain of stores in Holland. So retail, so optical retail stores, you know. And Dave and I come from the family business, the wholesale side of optical in America. So we actually have a European American team that have been in the optical industry. So we really understand frame design, frame manufacturing, frame production, what we think consumers may need, what opticians and optometrists want at retail. So we bring that expertise to the manufacturing side or the production side of 3D printed eyewear, which that is very unique in this industry. It just doesn't happen the same way. It's not anywhere. So
all these are 3D?
Everything on this table is 3D printed. They look great.
Yeah, it's super comfortable. And it looks quite solid.
Yeah, no, and I think this is a wonderful example. So what TPI does, we have, we consider ourselves a manufacturer of 3D printed product and a design company, and we have a software company. So we basically created the software that allows us to speak to the printers and produce the eyewear in full color. Again, this is what we do that's, I think, a little bit different. So your question earlier was about what makes 3D so special. So our ability to work without large production, locally sourced, right, really sustainable eyewear, and to produce small quantities, so very limited MOQs, in really any design. And we'll show you different things that we do here, so you can see the difference in design. Some is more commercial, some is more artistic. But we're not building tools, right? So we don't need to make tools first. It's completely software driven, executing on the 3D printing machines. So this is a brand called Everywhere.
Okay.
Right. So Everywhere, with these two gentlemen over here, and they're in the booth with the black shirts over there. These guys. So they came to our booth 3 years ago. They're not from the optical industry whatsoever. And they walked into our booth, and we started talking to them like, "Hey, what you want to do is really what we do. We're able to have small MOQs, help you with design, to produce products without building tools that is really sustainable, because we work with the powder. The 3D printing, we're working with the powder in our machines. So the raw material is sustainable to begin with, but zero waste. We only print what we need. So in an acetate frame, you're throwing out this part, right? Because you're starting with a block, and everything gets cut out and thrown. We just use what we need on our frames as we print it. So it makes the product very sustainable, and because you don't need to order 1,000 units, or 10,000 units, or 500 units, you're not throwing away a product that doesn't get sold.
Okay, got it.
They estimate that 20% of global production in optical, which are tens of millions of frames, hundreds of millions of frames, right? 20% of that never gets sold.
Correct.
So that speaks to sustainability too as an industry. There's a lot of waste in the industry.
Okay.
We produce on demand. So there's some of the big differences, I think, between traditional manufacturing and 3D printing. So it's truly on-demand production.
And the finish and all is also very nice.
Yeah, beautiful finish.
Solid. It's not like, because I've seen a couple of 3D. They are in India. I don't want to quote it on camera. I will tell you afterwards. Okay. So there are a couple of brands in India doing, and they're doing decent business. Why? Because a couple of celebrities have go that. But if you fit a lens in that, after a month it pops out.
Yeah.
Because this is really fragile.
And this goes to the fact that our CTO Mark and Dave and myself, we're all from the optical. Everything that goes through our product, we're looking at it. How's an optician going to work with this?
Correct.
Right. What are the features in terms of sizing, and how can we produce a frame that really will work well for the optical community? And what base curve is it going to be? How does the lens going to work? So we consider all of this when we make the product, and so we can bring that to designers who work with us. Because in fact, these two gentlemen came in as designers. They didn't know much about the industry, but we built all this knowledge into our software. So when they put their designs through our software system, it's correcting constantly to get the right base curve, to get the bevel, how we're going to insert lenses. All this is considered in the software, and then we put product that will work in the marketplace. So it's a different for people that either don't have that experience or technical understanding of optical, or perhaps our production is a little bit more advanced. We've been working on this for 6 years. So it's finally to a point now we're becoming commercial, building these brands for designers, which is the business I would like to be in, or work with other manufacturers. I'll show you some. We have some awards that were won by some factories that we work with.
Okay.
But you can see all the different designs in the way. So this is
also 3D.
This is 3D printing. So we have a titanium temple.
Okay.
Very lightweight. Probably some of the lightest eyewear in the world. This is made by Leaf, which is a designer in Barcelona. Joseph?
Hi. We had a word on LinkedIn. Hi.
So super light eyewear, very comfortable. Which again is another advantage of 3D printing eyewear. It's very light.
Okay.
Very light to wear, super comfortable. Again, from a fashion perspective, we produce amazing colors, but the consumer really enjoys wearing lightweight eyewear, and that's important too.
So within the 3D space, so you have built up different brands, or is it
correct? So each one, we call it for us. This is called a designer collective. So we're working with designers from around the world, each in a different country, each with a different aesthetic or brands that are really looking to produce their own designs and work within their own countries or export also. So hopefully we're creating opportunities for them, and that for us is the concept called Designer Collective. They get also to work with other designers from around the world, exchange ideas on technology, and we really have formed a good group. And our goal is to find someone in India, a designer in India that can create collections for the Indian market. Because every market is different in fashion.
But this is like lovely. So in India, something like these would work than those ones, I would say. So those are like, so if you see, it looks like a normal spectacle with with kind of a mass production. But this looks like very unique with lightweight and all. And customer would be ready to pay premium also for something like this. But those ones, and plus in India, sustainability and all, it's still slightly away. It will take about 5-6 years to reach till there. But people need something lightweight, good to look. If it is branded, great. If it is not branded, still it should look good. That's more important.
No, at the end of the day, people wear things that look good. Right?
Correct.
It comes down to shape, color, and comfort. And that's what people buy before brands even. Everyone likes brands today, but how does it look on my face? Is it comfortable?
Correct. So what's the price point normally for the consumer for these kind of?
So for the consumer in different markets, it could be anywhere from $250 to $200. This is US dollars. $250 US dollars to $350 US dollars in this range. And every market is a little bit different. So a little bit more of a premium product. But again, we're creating unique product, unique designs. So it begins at really for people that are looking for something more special in optical, whether it's comfort, fit, or design. Right? We're not limited by design, and we're not trying to be the least expensive product in the market. It's not where we are yet. But we're also building production in the U.S.
Okay.
Right now, all our frames are made in Europe. We're building a print factory in the United States, and our goal is to keep on working on the price so we can produce maybe a more lower price products in the market, but still give the consumers comfortable eyewear that looks great, and it's really like a new fashion. It's a new material and a new way to design. I could show you some things here that show how we take advantage of the design. So this is a brand called Joos out of Holland.
Yeah.
And this is very important to say, what can we do here that we wouldn't normally do in acetate? So, this is a very simple cutout.
Oh, yeah.
And a way of inserting the color, which again is coming out of a printer.
Okay.
So printing inside a color makes, it's a simple shape, a commercial shape.
And
right,
it's a very different nose pad.
Yeah, this is actually too, the way Joos designed it, it is, you can have the pad or not pad, so the pads can pull off.
You can pull it off and then
it's normal, and it's wearable.
Oh.
Right, so it's a regular, so you don't need to have a pad, or you can choose to have the pad. So it gives some fitting options at retail.
This is something great.
But this is where the for us to work with different designers or different technologists that bring things to the organization.
Correct.
So this is the brand Minba. So this is a partnership that we have with a client, and we're making the front for them. So this is nominated for Simul d'Or tomorrow night, of the best frame children's entry.
Oh.
So again, really cool. They tapped into our technology. They have amazing designs. They have a wonderful system, and we're able to really create these designs and patterns fairly easily for them, and executing them without a lot of back and forth between factories. And we do a sample in a day. This frame we call the flower frame, and this is actually created by AI. So we work a lot with AI designs, generated designs. So we wanted to create a frame for Solo using flowers and colors, and so the designs were created in AI through AI prompting, and we're a way of sculpting, so we get texture. So not only printing color, but printing texture as well, which is also very different because that's very hard to do in acetate because it's really cutting. And we can get looking here at this intricate flower that's just coming off. Right.
So just from my knowledge, so is it like the material color was this, and then after that this painting was
no,
done, or so everything happens in one go?
So the unique thing about TPI specifically, there's no dyeing. So monocolor is a dyeing process.
Okay.
Right? The material itself is gray.
Okay.
Typically, sometimes it can be black or white. Ours is gray. But it comes out of the printer layer by layer.
Oh.
So if we're able to cut here, if we cut this, you would see yellow, turquoise, and right to the core layer, which is gray. Oh. So this not painted after, it looks like that. It almost looks like a hand-painted frame.
Yeah, it looks like a hand-painted.
So again, showing the different technology. This is really cool. This is one of our partners who's in the technologies, works on the machine side of our business, so not optical, and he said he wanted a custom frame. So he scanned his head. This is a print of his face.
Oh, achha.
And using our technology, we designed the frame fairly easily that actually fit him perfectly.
Okay.
So, and he wanted a little bit of a matrix, because he worked in technology, so he wanted a little bit of matrix technology feel to the frame. So you can see this is also texture, you can feel this. Like a light texture here. So all this is coming out of the printer. Again, this is impossible in traditional manufacturing. And it fits him well, it fits you well.
Very nice.
But it's really...
It fits very nice.
It fits you really well. And so again, this was all done using technology, using scanning, and the printing technology. And so this was an example of doing one-off custom prints, making a frame specifically for a person.
Great. Thanks.
Hey,
Thanks
no, thank
for the
you.
time and
I appreciate all the good questions and
thank you.
showcasing this. Maybe we'll make a custom frame for you.
Yeah, thanks.
You send us a
This
scan.
one was very nice.
This one works.